Hey everybody, welcome back. I got a question for you. What activity involves working together for a common goal, everybody doing their own part, and everybody coming together to reach that pinnacle of performance? Here's a hint. It is and it isn't this. Now, in case you haven't noticed, I am a huge baseball fan. I am particularly a huge Cubs fan. I have been a Cubs fan my entire life. I went absolutely ballistic when they won the World Series a couple years ago.
The Cubs won the World Series!
And it's just part of who I am, having been born and raised in Chicago, as well as a Bears fan.
We are the Bears, shuffling through.
But I am also a musician, and I have been in love with sports and music my entire life. I was a part of some incredible ensembles. I even went to try out for a professional baseball team once. It is the most vital thing that I can tell you, particularly in this video, is do not make your students choose between music and sports. They are not exclusive. In fact, some of the best athletes, some of the most well-known athletes are also musicians.
What?
John Cena of the WWE plays piano. The great soccer star Pele plays guitar. If you go online and just do a search for professional athletes who play music, you will see a long list of names and instruments. Because when it comes down to it, there is no reason to ever make a student choose between being on a team and being in a band. One does not diminish from the other, and in fact, being a part of two groups that are very different but also very similar can be incredibly enriching to your student. Now, the key to all of this is scheduling. Sitting down and looking at your schedules and saying, okay, when do we have to be here? When do we have to be there? And then once you figure that out, communication is what makes it all work smoothly. You can do really well in one area and the other as long as everybody knows what's going on. It was not a single year since I joined band in 4th grade that I wasn't also on a team. All up through college, I was always on some kind of sports team while I was part of at least 3 bands. At the high school level was at its craziest. I was in concert band, jazz band, pit orchestra for the musicals, pep band, marching band. I was in the backup band for the chorus. It was just nuts. And I also played soccer, baseball, and 2 years as varsity cheerleader. The key in high school was communication. Sitting down and saying, okay, band director, I have this, but I also have a game, so can I leave the rehearsal early? Great. Coach, I got this, but I need to leave practice early because I have a concert. Fine. I cannot tell you how many times I would run from a field, get into the locker room, shower, change into a tuxedo, run to the other side of the building, and go play a concert. Or I would be in a rehearsal in full uniform, and then maybe 15 minutes before or a certain point before the end, I would leave early, put my horn away, grab my gear, and run across the building and get on a bus to go to a game. Could not have been more insane, but it worked. It worked, and I was on some incredible ensembles. We went to some incredible competitions and kicked butt, and I was on some championship sports teams. And, I still have the trophies from all those because it is possible. One of the most memorable moments when I was in marching band was seeing a varsity football player, starting varsity football player. While the rest of the team went into the locker room for halftime, his first move was to come to the sidelines, still just stayed in uniform, picked up his instrument, and marched with the marching band for the entire halftime show, and then went to the locker room. And it was great. It was such a great example of how, yes, life can be balanced between these two, in the case of my high school, between these literally two ends of the building. It is so important that not only students have a chance to experience that, but that they also understand how to schedule their time, how to manage their energies, and how to really commit and understand that yes, it is possible to commit 100% to one thing and 100% to another. You do not have to siphon off energy or commitment from one in order to excel at the other. It is possible as long as you just keep yourself balanced, and also, and this is important not only for the musicians but also for the parents, beware of burnout. It is possible. And unfortunately, I have seen people that just got so tired of not all of it, but just like the demands, because sometimes you'll get a coach or a director that says, hey, you know what? You need to give up more from them than you are from me. Well, but now it's just not helpful for anybody. Don't make them choose. That's the biggest thing. Don't make them choose between the two. There's just no need. Now, if you are a musician who's looking to go out for a more involved contact sport, you are definitely going to have to wear all your protective gear. That's important. But remember, your hands are important, and your embouchure, again, the muscles that make up your mouth so that you can play an instrument, a wind instrument, those are just as important. So make sure to get that tooth guard. They have hand guards as well for certain sports, but particularly make sure you get a tooth guard for pretty much any sport. Now, if you walk into any sporting goods store and you ask for mouthpieces, you'll see these pretty generic, run-of-the-mill mouthpieces. It's a DIY, and you go home, you boil it, you put it in your mouth, it molds your teeth, done. Those are good. Those are really, really good. However, if you talk to your dentist, then they may have something that might be a little better for it. Particularly if your student has braces, then that might be something you want to talk to your orthodontist about. When I had braces, again, years ago, I made sure to get a very, very good mouthpiece that went over my braces. And I'm so glad I did, because I cannot tell you, there were a couple times where I got hit in the face with a soccer ball, and if it weren't for the mouthpiece, for the mouth guard, my braces would have been messed up pretty good. And I know that because, unfortunately, I did get hit once in the face with a soccer ball without braces, and braces got kind of messed up, and it cut my lip. So I couldn't play soccer for a week. I couldn't play my instrument for, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. So you gotta be careful with that. Now, if your student does wear braces, 2 things to remember. 1, I have a really cool video about what to do with braces if you're a musician. Number 2, brace wax is not a viable option for protecting your braces, your teeth, your gums, your embouchure in high-impact sports, or any sports, quite frankly. Do not think that if you just put enough brace wax on, you'll be fine. It's messy, it's not secure, and it's just not what it's meant to do. Definitely talk to your orthodontist about getting a mouth guard made specifically for sports and specifically molded to your student's mouth and teeth with the braces on. Anything customizable is great to begin with, but considering that the run-of-the-mill mouth guards at the sports stores are not meant for braces, you don't know what could happen and if they might damage some of the work being done by the braces, because they might be a material that doesn't work well with the braces. So either way, talk to your orthodontist, they'll know best. Now, before I finish, I would like to say a special shout out to all my ensemble directors and all my coaches over the years. I would not have had nearly as much fun in elementary school, middle school, and high school, and college if it weren't for them, and them understanding that, yeah, give a little, take a little. Everything works out as long as we communicate. Now, that said, no matter what team, even the Cardinals and the Packers, do me a favor if you can. Please hit that subscribe button. Please share with all the other music parents out there, because this is just helpful for everybody. And subscribing would also help build the channel. And also remember to hit that bell so you get all the notifications of when the videos come up. And if you haven't already, and this is really, really important, hop over to Instagram, look for us at music_parenting, and follow us on there. No matter which platform you're on, please leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you have any questions. And remember, you are not alone. So ask away, because you're probably going to be asking a question that at least a good half dozen other people have on their minds as well. As always, I hope everyone's doing well, staying healthy, and enjoying the really nice weather we're starting to get. It's baseball season. It's coming up. Go Cubs. And everybody that's playing the Cardinals on any given day, thanks again for stopping by. Take care, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.